Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, February 7th. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Valone. Glad to have you with us tonight. Well, there has been a lot of talk over the past few years about raising the minimum wage, and that conversation continued today in Annapolis.
That's right. That issue is the measure that would take away power from local jurisdictions and give it to the state. Byron Scott now joining us for more on this. What's going on?
Well, the committee room today was packed, and this bill is getting a lot of attention. While some are calling House Bill 317 a power grab, the measure would prevent local jurisdictions from passing minimum wage laws for non-governmental employees. Montgomery and Prince George's have passed minimum wage laws. This would not affect those. Now, House Bill 317 drew protesters to Annapolis this morning to the steps of the State House. They say the measure interferes with local control.
Montgomery County believes that we are perfectly capable of taking care of our own, and that actually local government is what is the innovation and driver of many major initiatives throughout governments generally. So we don't want to be preempted. We know how to take care of our people, and our people's needs are different than people in Garrett County. Our people's needs are different than people's needs in St. Mary's County. So don't put us in a one-size-fits-all box.
If you put this together in a statewide arena, then it causes problems. For one, the cost of living on the Eastern Shore is different than it is in Baltimore City or Montgomery County. So you're not going to get that kind of agreement on what should be a fair minimum wage. In effect, it just pushes the issue off almost indefinitely.
But we think what's really driving this is corporations and big business that just want to get out of raising wages and benefits and improving benefits for workers. I mean, it's really all about profit over people. That's the bottom line.
Now, supporters of the bill say it will make the system much fairer.
And so let's look at the complications of that. The complications of that is, let's say Prince George's County has a lower wage law than, let's say, Montgomery County, right? But you have a business that does business in both jurisdictions. Then you have to be able then to manage in both places. And if you get a state grant that applies to your work in both jurisdictions, then you're going to have a wage gap that you're going to have to make up. And so to end all the confusion, let's just have one place where all this is decided so then businesses can know what certainty is.
And again, this will cover only non-governmental employees. If passed, it will go into effect in June.
A lot of debate going on here. What are the chances of this actually passing?
Well, I asked Mr. Harrington that same question. He says he expects it to pass, but he says he also expects a huge fight as they try to get through the legislature.
And we saw a lot of people there in Annapolis today when we were there who are clearly opposed to it. So, yeah. All right, thank you.
Meantime, the Prince George's County Council is coming out against the proposed state legislation. Today, members approved a position letter opposing House Bill 317, which would strip local jurisdictions of the power to regulate wages. Chair Derek Davis says he hopes legislators will take the council's position into account when deciding how they'll vote.
It's a preemption to local authority. So the local authority currently rests, whether it's explicit or implicit, that the council can make that decision. And you've seen over the last couple of years, councils have made decisions with regard to the minimum wage. What the state is saying now is we have the ultimate authority to allow or disallow. As a council, we disagree.
The letter will be sent to the offices of Jim Rosapap and Jay Walker, chairs of the Senate and House delegations in Annapolis. You are watching CTV News. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Valone.